Hi folks, this is the video solution for assignment number 7, which is to be shown to the GA on July 15th, which I'm not going to be here, by the way. The GAs are going to be on duty in the lab for the morning section between 9:30 a.m. to 11:20 a.m. And for the afternoon lab between 2:30 p.m. and 4:20 p.m. Uh, they're going to be checking your work and providing you assistance with the problem in case you need it, just like before. Now, this is a problem that was given last year, and by the way, it's common to both sections. Uh, it was a it was a problem that was given to as an assignment last year, so I'm not going to provide a video solution for you. I will just say a few words about what needs to be done and then attach it to the solution from last year, which incidentally is also available in the playlist for homework from summer of 2021. In case there is a problem with the audio here, is too slow when it comes to switching from one place in the video to the other one. Anyway, what it is, you have a base here and a crank and a wheel and a cam. As the cam turns, this wheel must roll on the cam. And of course, this is going to jump up and down. Remember, I want the wheel to roll on this. I don't want it to slide on it. And there's some names that I use here for creating these parts. So watch the video if if you have problems. I will be back next week. Okay, take care. Now you can watch the video from last year. Solution. This is the mechanism that we want to create. Okay, notice that the wheel at the end of this connecting rod is rolling, so this is not supposed to be sliding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the mechanism and remove all the restraints, assembly constraints, so that we do it from the scratch basically. So let me delete the mechanism and delete the simulation. Okay, so we're back to basically an assembly, and we're going to move these apart so that we can see what's going on. So here is the crank, there is the wheel, there's the crank, and there's the base, of course. All the constraints I'm going to delete because we're going to do it from scratch. First, let us anchor the base. Then we create a revolute between the crank and the base. So coincidence between the axis of the crank and the axis of the base, and coincidence between the face of that base and the back face of the crank. This will turn into a revolute joint. Okay. Then we're gonna let's see now. Then we're gonna create a revolute between, try to create the constraints for a revolute between this hole and that pin. Coincidence between that axis and this axis, and coincidence between the face of the base and the back face of this crank. So let me march through this. There is back face. Okay, good. We're going to insert this wheel into that hole. So coincidence between the axis of the hole and the axis of the wheel, and coincidence between the face of the crank and the back face of the wheel. This is going to become another revolution. I have arranged things so that when you look at this view, the sum of these two dimensions is the same as that, because I would like to create a roll curve joint between this curve and the curve of the crank. The only thing is that if I did try to create a roll curve in DMU, it would not accept it because these two are not touching each other. So my first task is to bring this wheel and place it on the cam. And that we have to do with so this face, the round face of the wheel and the round face of the cam. And if it doesn't look good, change internal to external, and then it will be okay. All right, so let's go to DMU, get the magic wand out. Where is it? Right there. a new mechanism, mechanism 1, auto create, and we say OK. So let's see what kind of joints we've got. We should have 3 revolutes, and that's why we have 3 degrees of freedom. Okay, the roll curve one we have to do. So look for the roll curve, and that's this one. Select the curve which represents the periphery of the wheel, and for the second curve select the curve that represents the periphery of the cam, and we say OK. The degree of freedom is 1, and all we have to do is to make, for example, this revolute between the crank and the base angle driven, 0 to 360. And of course, this says mechanism can be simulated. First, let's do it manually. Drag this. Yeah, you can see that it's working. Good. Now reset it. Reset. Exit. And if you want to make a cartoon now, so select a mechanism. Drag this thing all the way to the end. Don't fool around with dragging it back and forth. Insert, rewind, and make it arrows chase each other. And don't forget to change this thing to anything but 1, and then we can see what's going on.